Shin Robujira.
By the power of Grayskull! A monkey? Snakebat.
What's going on there, friends and neighbors? I am Shin Robujira, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Playmates Godzilla vs. Kong Monkey Jet and Warbat with Osprey.
Killing spree.
So as we normally do, we're gonna cut these little things loose, get them together, and we'll talk about them in full. So, you know what's next. It's time for the monkey. Parsnip, perfect snip, monkey. Slice, more slice. Okay. Furry Swedish fish. Monkey jet. Monkey jet. Alrighty, and as you can see, plastic shell, which I'm probably going to end up throwing away. Kong with fighter jet, orange, lizard, monkey. Monkey with axe, lizard with heat ray, lizard skull crawler, warbit, lizard with radio tower. Different monkey, monkey jet, and that's pretty much it. What und blue hell is this? Snipbat. For snip 2, fighter snip 3. Oh, oh my god, these things are falling out. You got wings over here, looking like miscolored bacon. Oh, thank you didn't escape me. Alright, let's get Snakebat out of there. Interesting. Slice 2. There we go. Huh? What is this? Oh! Snakebat comes with Snakebat stand! Okay, let's get this dainty thingy out of here. Oh. Not impressed. Alright, let's get this piece of turkey bacon out. Harder plastic instead of rubber. That's probably a good thing. And as you can see, same exact thing. Plastic shell, empty box, lizard, monkey, orange, warbat, blockbuster Godzilla. Here we have Snakebat fully assembled. Monkey, lizard, lizard, monkey, lizard. And here we have them. Monkey Jet and Snakebat. Now, since this is going to be the third 6-inch Kong figure that I've talked about on this channel, we're gonna handle this guy first. We're gonna go over the subtle differences, and then we're going to move along to Snakebat over here. So, I personally really like that they both have different fur tones, different skin tones, and clearly different heads. And when it comes, we're going to have Kong decked out in the Easter blues, pinks, and purples, but they are essentially the same figure with one major big old change here. Fighter Jet Kong has part they both have that light chocolatey brown as a base coat, and the same face just with the monkey head. Fighter Jet monkey legs, Easter arm monkey legs. But when it comes to Battle Axe Kong and Monkey Jet Kong, you can see the skin tones are entirely different both on the face and on the monkeydittis, and you can tell by the backs of both of these figures that Fighter Jet Monkey is going to have the darker fur tone than Battle Axe Monkey. I enjoy all three Playmates GVK monkeys for what they are, but again, Fighter Jet Kong is going to remain my favorite. Favorite and quite possibly the most accurate out of the three, aside from one thing. This honestly just feels and looks a lot better. But anyway, when it comes down to articulation, you're going to get the same amount of articulation. Got a swivel at the head up here, can go every which way at the arms, up and down, all around. You're gonna get a swivel at the elbow, a bend up and down at the elbow, that still looks painful, a swivel in, and a kick out, like so. Yet again, kind of painful. And just an overall very wide range of movement for a $10 children's toy. Pretty obvious, I know, but Monkey Jet can let go of the Monkey Jet. And there's the battle damage like so. Same amount of paint and detail. Nothing too different on the skin chunk over here. Same amount of paint, although this one won't rub off. Easter arms Kong. And nothing on the back. Though I will say there is looking accessory. But we're forgetting the most important detail of all. Kong still got those luscious monkey cheeks. Dear God, you can just get lost in them. Monkey do good job, but now let's take a look at the new figure. Let's take a look at Snakebat. Dear God, I can't believe I'm finally talking about this thing. Warbat, in toy name only, officially known as Nozuki, or as I call him, Snakebat, is a fantastic looking figure, and it took forever for me to finally get my hands on one. It seems like these things were only in the UK for the first month of release. Warbat comes with this vehicle over here, which, in all honesty, is probably the laziest vehicle I've seen yet. The absolute laziest. Look at all of the amazing detail that Playmates put into the Heave. Sure, it looks like somebody sat on it from the back, but there's just so much detail on, well, just mainly the sides. You turn it forward like this, you're really not going to get much aside from the detail up here. But just look at this piss poor looking vehicle. You got these little things right there. You've got the blades up here. You can barely even see the cockpit. Maybe that's a door over here. That's just really, really bad in comparison to the other vehicles. Look at Fighter Jet. It even looks better on the bottom and the back and the top. Yeah, I'm going to drive this point home. This is really, 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 really lazy. But at the end of the day, the ship is but a snack. Now, taking a look at this figure from this initial angle, you can see a lot of the amazing detail that we're going. Little stems over here, they're all properly painted. Not all the way, but still properly painted. I mean, seriously, just look at that. Personally, I think this wing looks a lot better. It's fully painted. You're gonna get them about everywhere, even over here, the other part of the wing. So it really does look fantastic, and I think it goes really, really well with this school lunch meat color that they went for. Really enjoy what's going on over here, because you can just see all that magnificent detail. The skin going from nice and smooth to rigidity and spiky. It looks really, really nice. Just wanted to add this little detail. When you take the stand off of the figure, and believe me, the figure really doesn't need it, over here. That way you know how it's really supposed to look. But in general, you can really kind of go any which way with it. Okay, yeah, you might need the stand if you want to pose this thing differently. And if you look at the bottom of the tail over here as well, towards the more articulated part, you're going to see this one part of the tail that's going to be jutting out, like so. That means it's going to match up with this part here. So when you have the figure standing up, it's going to look like that and not need the bottom part of the tail out for it to go all the way around, but it is possible. Middle of the tail, you will be able to swivel the figure all the way around. Wings can go back about that far. Lord, that looks ridiculous. They can come back in around this far. These little points over here are going to stop the wings from coming in any closer, which I think is perfectly fine. And you are going to get a bit of a swivel with these. In fact, I think they can really just go all the way around. It's this one over here that I'm more so worried with. So as shown before, can go out about that far. This honestly makes it look like Snakebat has a mohawk, and it will come back in around this far with this little fin over here stopping the wing from getting any closer. And this is the one with the swivel that I'm more so worried about breaking, but it can turn that way. It's going to get stopped and such, so try it, don't try it. I wouldn't. And sculpted teeth on this figure. Yeah, I really forgot to talk about the teeth in the eyes. I guess since they're so small and minimal, I really wasn't paying too much attention. I really must say though, the detail on the head and the neck over here, fantastic. It's just so perfectly reptilian and serpentine. Playmates did a fantastic job with this, which really makes me hope even more that Bandai does something with Snakebat, but let's not kid ourselves, it's not gonna happen. And to go over the final gimmick, we have the battle. On the battle damage is pretty much the same thing that you're going to get on the chunk of skin that really falls out. You're just not going to get those membrane lines. You're just going to get the little skin stems in there. And the holes really kind of just make this look not that impressive, but I mean, it is what it is. At least putting it back in isn't the hardest thing to do. It's more so getting it off. Now, I know this might seem a little self-explanatory, but I do want to go over how you put the stand on. So basically, this part is going to clip onto the tail, and this part's gonna clip onto the body, and there you go. I have tried posing this thing in different ways with the stand, but it get a lot of posability out of the tail when you have the stand on, because when you move it even the slightest bit out, it's going to fall over. Now maybe if you support it a little bit better with the tail, maybe a little bit. I'm more than likely just going to be keeping this figure in this pose. I'm not really going to be messing about with and it won't fall over in an unstable environment, so for the most part, Fighter Jet Monkey and Snakebat over here are perfectly fine figures. I am a little glad that it's able to at least stand on its own. In fact, I think Playmates did a pretty good job with Warbat, having it in a pose that's cool enough to stay how it is. You know, I know NECA no longer have the license, but it would have been really, really interesting to see them take on Nozuki, especially after seeing their Snake Alien figure. What could have been? Yet again, Kong, he's the same as the two other monkeys in the set. He is going to remain my favorite, though, because I feel he just looks the best. Yeah, the open mouth battle axe, Kong. It's pretty basic stuff. You can mix and match all the different accessories with these figures, which just look really, really good together. So, what do I have to complain about? Not much. I just wish Nozuki was a little bit more on the articulated side and could hold a pose. But then again, we appreciate it, and I really, really mean that. If you would like to become a Shinra Jira patron and you want to go follow some Shinra Jira social media, you should check out all the links in the description below, but mainly just check out that Discord and that Twitter page. And hey, if you want some Shinra Jira duds, those are down there too. Wave goodbye to this format of video making, friends and neighbors. As with the next review, I will be implementing my new reviewing format. Gonna have to give me a little bit of time and everything because it's going to be a bit before I can really make it my own, but I assure you I am working tirelessly to make it my own. And as for the next review, you might be asking, I think it's about time we talk.